if you're watching this, you found our second channel. And today, we are going to be doing the first of our very first new show entitled StillerBros at the Movies. Basically, it's going to be us going to the movies, talking throughout the entire time, and we're going to be having a lot of fun, and we're going to give a little bit of a review at the end of the movie. So, this is going to be... So, hopefully we get to do more of these very soon, so we'll see you guys later in a little bit. To me that we didn't even tell you what movie we're going to see for this first episode. No, we're going to be going to see Percy Jackson, Sea of Monsters. And you're probably thinking, guys, that movie came out months ago. Where have you been? We've been working and doing other crap, so we didn't get a chance to see it. So we're going to a discount theater, which is playing it currently, and and we love this theater because if we ever miss a movie in theaters and we still want to go see it before it comes out on DVD, we can just go see it there. And we know this movie got terrible reviews, but we still want to go see it because we read the book and we want to see it. So the book was awesome, by the way. The book is awesome. Check it out. Sea of Monsters, by Rick Riordan. We're now not being paid for this, but it is very much an awesome series and everything. The Percy Jackson series is very awesome. Go check it out. Spencer should actually do a book. I think should actually do his book review on that. Yeah, he should. I've been procrastinating everything on my channel lately. Yeah, he hasn't been on his channel in months, whereas I've been in like a month or so. I think about a month, and I've been on my channel almost every single week since I started, so that just proves how dedicated I am to this and how undedicated he could be to this. So I'm busy and I don't have video ideas. Yeah, so that's it. Yet another explanation why we can't do a main channel video. Why we can't do a main channel video, but this will be. But we figured this could be a fun little show we could do, which will be very easy to put together and edit and film. So we'll see you guys when we get to the theater later in a second. So we just got out of the movie. We couldn't film a lot because we didn't want to look over the bootleg, so we're just running to the car right now. Okay, why don't we just film? But yeah, it was a good. We just got that done. And right now it is raining outside and it was not raining when we got in the theater. Anyway, while we are on our way home, let's do a little bit of a review on what we thought of the movie. Now, first of all, for those of you guys who don't know about this movie, it kind of got bad reviews. It was. And I kind of see the point in some of them. We're going to tell you the good, we're going to tell you the bad, and we're going to tell you a little bit of the little, oh, I didn't see what you did there moments. So, first of all, the movie is very good for fans who loved the first one and who loved the books. So, the fact of the matter is that the movie. Well, when you make the first movie like they did the first movie of this series, they kind of messed up the frame. They changed a lot of stuff, and the only way you can continue with the series after changing so much is that you have to change stuff in the sequel. If you want to remain accurate with the sequel, but keep the first one in check, then you gotta change a lot of stuff. Then you still gotta change a lot of stuff. And when you change as much as they did in the first movie, like ages and all that kind of stuff, they have to change everything in the second movie to make things accurate. Exactly. So that's why for the review, the book does not matter. So don't go all bad in the angry in the comments section saying, but it was not accurate to the book. It doesn't matter. I actually kind of liked the movie. It was entertaining, but there's some. I'm gonna go a little nerdy on this. They messed up. If you're gonna make a movie about Greek gods, at least be accurate to that source material. Because there's a few things that were inaccurate. Because I'm fine that they're inaccurate to the source material of Percy Jackson. I mean, the ship sailed on that when they made the first movie, when the first trailer for the original came out, and then, when you're being inaccurate to Greek mythology, real Greek mythology, well then that's when you start to that's when this whole thing starts to blow over. Yeah, and of course the movie does have its faults in ways. Like the CGI is kind of you can kind of tell the monsters were kind of rushed through CGI production, but like I couldn't easily tell that some of those stuff was CGI, but it was very much that's kind of my bad part. I like to point out that this movie was not as gritty as the original. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but when you're cracking a joke every 3 minutes for just to see, oh, maybe we can get a few cheap laughs every now and then, that's just a little weird, and sometimes the jokes weren't even funny. Not to say that all the jokes weren't funny. I mean, I was definitely laughing throughout the entire...
I giggled a little.
I was definitely laughing a little bit, not like laugh out loud like I was watching Ted or something, but I definitely was laughing a little bit at some of the points in the movie. Other points it was just kind of, come on, man, why are you putting that why do you have to put that joke there? It was so obvious. I kind of could go over the script a little bit. I could probably have written the exact same kind of script, kind of jokes into the script.
Okay, now that we've ranted about what's
bad
about this movie, let's talk about what actually worked for this movie. This movie, the action was good. The action was fine.
The action was very good. The acting was incredible.
I mean, the acting was good for what this movie is, and that's just a little movie that...
It's kind of just like this family... It's kind of like a family movie.
And it's not like they were trying to be, oh, let's make this the Oscar movie of this series.
No, it wasn't. No, they weren't trying anything with it. They were just trying to... This is a kids movie. This is a family movie. This is a movie you can take your kid... This is a movie parents can take their little kids to.
One more bad thing. This movie... the thing about this movie is that it kind of felt rushed. It kind of felt like... the producers knew, oh, the first movie... It did kind of okay with everyone, with the family and everything, but it went bad with critics and everything, so they thought, okay, the second movie, people aren't going to be so keen to watch, so they're going to be like, alright, let's go off, and let's just make this movie as easy to wrap up the story, in case they don't give us a second one, in case they don't give us a second chance.
And of course they're trying to build a franchise. They've been trying to build a franchise since the first one, and okay, turn up here. And the problem with that, and the fact that and with a series like this where the studio doesn't have much faith in the possibility that there could be a sequel, is kind of a way of saying that the sequel is a kind of a way of saying that they don't have faith in the sequel, and because they don't have that big of it, they kind of have to wrap it up, but at the same time leave the door open for a sequel. So, with that in mind, this one very much leaves the door open for a sequel. It's already been confirmed, but it was confirmed long before the movie came out.
But they left it. But the fact is, they made some change. They made a change to the plots. That if they hadn't done what they did with the ending, which is the book's ending is pretty much the same as the ending to the movie's ending is pretty much the same as the ending to the book. And the fact is, if they hadn't put that ending in, this movie would be a perfect place to end the series, to just end the series altogether.
So I think we should talk about acting a little bit next. Now,
starting with the main cast. The main cast was all right.
Logan Lerman is I think some of the reviews said that Logan Lerman was a little too good for this movie, and I was a little bit too good of an actor for this movie, and I kind of agree with that. So
the fact of it is, I think that the thing I could say about his acting in the first movie was that he reminded me a lot of Shia LaBeouf in Transformers, where he was, this guy who was basically this teenage guy, kind of nerdy, kind of really normal. You could tell that he hadn't been through a lot, and he was thrust into this situation, and that caused him to scream and go, oh god, oh god, oh god, what the hell?
But this time around, he's a little bit more mature. I mean, we have this little plot point that was not in the first movie, which was not in the book, which was first he kind of having this identity crisis where he didn't know he didn't know if he was good enough to be part of this greater plan with the Greek gods. And that kind of was a great plot device and everything.
It helped Logan Lerman. Logan Lerman's acting kind of helped the acting for that part. Kind of helped the movie along.
next I think we can talk about Brandon T. Jackson, who was of course the comic relief, and he is funny. Most of the best lines in the movie are spoken by him because he is hilarious.
I mean, when you got a comedian,
because we loved him in Tropic Thunder, so we were very excited when we found out. We were kind of on
the fence when we heard he was cast as Grover for the first one.
Yeah, because of course we knew many people were going to be like the Hunger Games thing with Rue about how he's black. So of course people were going to be up in arms about this, but of course people were. It was kind of a Last Airbender thing where it was kind of a little bit of something, but it wasn't.
But he did good. He went right back into his role.
He jumped right back in there. He was perfect for this movie.
Stanley Tucci. Fresh off the Hunger Games, he just came right in. And
he played Mr. D. He was very good. He is like a chameleon in many ways, because in most of his movies because if you look at him in Hunger Games and then you look at him in this and you look at him in some of the other stuff he's done, you kind of can't tell the difference. But he's not like Daniel Day-Lewis where he'll just lose himself in the role. He's got those subtleties where like he's pretty much playing the same upbeat, energetic character every time. Now, of course, my favorite person in this entire movie was Nathan Fillion, who I love.
His cameo only lasted like maybe 7 minutes.
Maybe 7-10 minutes or so, but I love Nathan Fillion. He's an amazing actor. He's probably one of my favorite actors of this day and age. Castle is probably one of my favorite shows.
The whole thing, and there was something we'll mention later is that there was actually a Firefly joke in this movie, and it was delivered by Nathan Fillion. So. And
Nathan Fillion is such a great sport. He's just such a funny actor. I was smiling the entire time he was on screen because I just love seeing him. He's just this funny, energetic kind of guy. I follow him on Twitter, so he just is the funniest guy, and he always is like this. He can be serious when he wants to be, but he is probably the most fun when he's hilarious, when he's being a hilarious kind of comedic, sort of comic relief kind of guy. So
he's the kind of guy who's going to be cast as the smart-ass best friend until the day he dies.
And I was actually a little bit angry for the first movie for not casting him right away. But then when I found out he was going to be cast as Hermes, that he was coming in as Hermes instead of the guy that they had in the first movie, I was very excited about it because I knew that he was the person I had envisioned for this character since the second I read this book.
And for the record, I'm kind of glad because he actually looks a little bit more like the actor playing Luke, the main villain in this movie, than the first guy did. Now let's go with I see what you did there.
First of all, of course, we had the little subtleties that would make it not so much a kid's movie, but the parents would laugh too. Like,
if you're a Nathan Fillion fan, there was the Firefly.
There was of course
the Firefly reference.
The Firefly reference, right? Brought up how great shows. Where Nathan Fillion, of course, brings up how great shows are always canceled.
He brought up the Firefly reference is basically there's this thing on the side of a thermos, and it's about this TV show that apparently he liked, and he said it was the greatest TV show ever made. So of course canceled after one season.
It was we were laughing and we were pointing it out, going, there it is right there. And we were very excited to see him. We loved him. We love Nathan. We love Firefly. We love Castle. We love a lot of the stuff he's in.
They kind of named one of the southern,
the Confederate, one of the Confederate zombie soldiers that was in the movie was kind of.
I think they might have been naming him after the writer. His name was Reardon. He was. Yeah, but in real life,
and we had to stay to the credits because for a second there we thought, is the author in the movie who he playing a somewhat major character?
But we looked and it wasn't him. It was just another actor, but it looked a lot like him. It was the guy's name was Reardon. We thought.
And we've seen pictures of this guy, so we're not just saying, not just pulling this out of our ass, saying that, that kind of looks like him. I guess. We know what he looks like, so we know that this might look like him, but we don't know.
But overall, this movie was entertaining, but that's pretty much all it was. We got a little bit out of it.
It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. I liked it. I liked it a little bit, but it's got a great message.
All right, so basically, when it comes down to it, I rate Percy Jackson's Sea of Monsters a 5 out of 10.
I'm gonna go a little higher. I'm gonna go a 6 out of 10.
Really, 6?
Yeah. I think it got a great message across. It was very loyal to the books, and I can't wait to see the next movie.
Yeah, but it was kind of... Yeah, but in another sense, they sped... It moved a little too fast, and it actually made... And it moved fast. It was so fine. It was final up until the last second, and the whole thing was... And it kind of pushed a little bit. It was kind of... And in the end, the message was kind of not there, and character development was kind of weak if you think about it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's our review. That's our review. So what did you guys think of the movie?
If you've seen it.
If you've seen it, please go down to the comments. Say what you like. Say, did you like it? Did you hate it? Was it too much unlike the book that you didn't even want to go see it? And don't forget to subscribe, because we're going to be doing the show
every now and then.
Every now and
we
again.
don't go to the movies every week.
We're not going to be able to go to the movies every single week. You're probably going to be seeing a huge explosion of this in the summertime, but till then, we're going to just be doing this every now and again. But don't forget to like this video, favorite, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below saying what movie you want us to see next, and we will see you guys next time. Also, don't forget to subscribe to all of our other channels and our socials down below, and my Twitter and our main channel Twitter, all down below. So don't forget. So thank you guys so much, and see you guys next time.